Hey guys, I'm back for some more Art of War 3. And today we'll actually be playing the All by Chance tournament. As you guys can see, there are flags across the map. And so, yeah, this is not clickbait. We are playing a tournament. Okay, and so we start off by, of course, producing infantry and doing a red scouting boost for a mediocre scouting boost, as always. And we have to get this assault vehicle factory within deployment time, since coyotes are essential for flag capturing tournaments. They are a must. If you do not have coyotes, your riflemen will get annihilated by assaults alone. Okay, and collecting these containers really good. And so, yeah. So we're collecting these containers, of course. And producing units. You should never stop producing units in the early game. Always keep a note to yourself to produce units. Because if you stop producing units for even half a minute, the enemy will have a severe advantage at these flags. Okay, and so I send in one coyote in order to attempt in capturing this flag. But my mistake was keeping this coyote stationary, and then I realized my mistake later when I tried to move my coyote, and it didn't work. Okay, and I send in more units, of course. Now, I have to capture this flag, because you guys can see, this is a Avia factory, which means this flag will produce, but call in allied aviation for support. And this flag, as you guys can see, is a radio tower. It will signal a light assault squad. And this flag has a cargo shipment kind of area. It'll produce extra containers. Both this flag and this flag will produce containers, as it has this kind of depot warehouse kind of style. Of course, these flags will vary. There are multiple variations of each flag. This flag is actually incredibly important. The flag that is furthest away from your base and your opponent's base. The furthest flag away is the most important flag, because this flag has three variations. The first one is the aviation support, which is in this battle. The second one is a heavy assault backup squad, so it will call in allied heavy units to help you out in battle. And the third one is heavy unit production, which will basically give you heavy units over time for free. So those are the three best variations. The middle map is also pretty important. It can either give you low-tiered units, or it could call in a light assault squad. This flag will always either be a warehouse, which will give you containers, or it will be a satellite dish, which will reveal an area in the map for a limited period of time. So, and this flag finally has two variations as well. It can either give you containers, like in this scenario, or it can act as a barracks and produce you infantry for free. And so I basically listed out the variations of each flag, and I hope it'll be useful to you in estimating which flag will be more important than other flags in your battles. And so, let's play this. Okay, I send in my coyote to take the fire of these assaults while my riflemen deal out the damage, so we can effectively counter these assaults while taking down the flag. And of course, I set my units to a rally mode where if they see any unit pop up, and they did, they will immediately target that unit. And another coyote just popped up, and we see that there's a hammer, and so I immediately fall back my coyote. Hammers will absolutely demolish coyotes. And at this time, Dragonfly to the rescue. It is dishing out some heavy damage to that hammer over time. Dragonfly has recently got a buff, a pretty significant buff to be honest, to both its HP and its armor. So one Dragonfly can actually do some pretty good damage in the early game. Cyclones also got a little buff, but apparently we don't see any Cyclones on the field at this moment, so yeah. Okay, let's speed this up a little bit. And we can see that the first light assault squad has arrived. This squad is only 2 assaults and 1 heavy assault, because it's the first level of flag. And as you guys know from previous all by chance tournaments, flags will level up and get more effective over time. So yeah, this one Dragonfly just popped out as a reinforcement, and is now helping me basically hold this flag and dealing damage to these troops. Okay, and so we see ourselves doing some pretty good stuff. Okay, so we got a weak defense, but a worthwhile defense. We'll defend for quite some time. Okay, so not gonna lie, this Dragonfly is dealing some pretty worthwhile damage. I mean, that's good. That is good. So I send in my other Dragonflies to finish it off, and my rest of the reinforcement follows suit. So at this point, my opponent is having an incredibly hard time basically capturing this flag. And so that's good for me, because as mentioned, the flag furthest away from both yours and your opponent's base is the best, in my opinion and in many others' opinions. Comment down below if you think the same as well, because for me, I've always went for this flag first, and then the middle, and then this flag, because it's always worked for me. So it's my opinion. You guys could play differently. It's all up to you. Well, anyways, I increase my infrastructure so I can produce more units and stuff. And we guys saw that there was a delta, and so 100% guaranteed he has all the naval containers. And the fact that he's getting containers over here and over here does not make the case any better. Oh, and look at this. And a hawk reinforcement just popped out. And so that was the best timing possible. At the moment I thought I was gonna lose this flag, the hawks just came in and swooped in. It's like a rescue. It's like a rescue mission, to be honest. This hawk might even have a small chance of saving me the entire game, to be honest. So that's pretty good. Okay, and so I upgrade my Avia factory and build an airfield. That you guys know what time it is. It's hawk time, of course. And here's a small strat. Since the light assault squad, it's the AI, of course, and the AI has to use the flamer in a fortress, so it will get up close to the base. So don't worry, just station your armadillos. Don't let your armadillos wander off. Just station them in a stationary place, and the fortress will die. And wow, these light assault squads are coming in vigorously and they're getting stronger. Like, look, there's a hammer now. Okay, so one more thing. Any allied units that are on the field, like this little squad over here, and the units I get from this flag, they are all maxed. So these units are maxed. My hawk that I get over here is maxed. And so, yeah, that is to be noted, because if you have weak units that are an effective counter, like, look, this is hawk. These are two hawks, right? These are typhoons. Now, of course, 3 typhoons take down 50 to 60% of one hawk's health. That is a great bargain. Of course, I'd love to see 3 porcupines, or even 4 for that matter, deal this much damage. Well, anyways, back to what I was saying. If you have weak units to counter these aviation units that I get from this flag, you're gonna have a tough time defending. You're either gonna have to capture the flag or defend as best as you can. That's basically the option. Okay, and so, whoa, that typhoons had huge range. So most likely gold air raid boost, which makes sense because that is some insane damage. Okay. Well, anyways, more enemy reinforcements are coming. Let's speed this up. Okay, nice. Okay, well, anyways, there's just some more battling, more defending against these enemy units, defending against these allied reinforcements. And just as I lose some standing troops here, allied reinforcements come into the rescue. Perfect. On cue. 100 epic, yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, more units are being produced. More... Well, yeah, I basically summarized the entire All by Chance tournament. So yeah, let's just keep it going. Okay, so laying a little bit in mines. Okay, so yeah, that is some good damage. Although this anti-air is getting some free shots on my allied hawks. Like, it's just shredding these allied hawks like it's nothing. Okay, one more thing to be noted. My opponent, from what it can seem, only has 2 supply centers? Wow, okay. Well, anyways, there are 2 flags that are giving him resources. So he is relying on those flags to give him the equal amount of resources as I do. And keep in mind, I'm getting resources from 5 supply centers instead of just 2. So yes, he's basically getting free resources from here, and I can see why he did it. He was more concentrated on earlier attack rather than base deployment and base advancement. And so you guys see right here, he has multiple factories, barracks, and so on to effectively make units as fast as possible. But he neglected the most important building there is to survivability, which is the supply center. Without effective supplies, you cannot defend your base or capture the flags, which are important in this battle. And so, yeah. Okay, so I tried to attempt on taking this flag, so these allied reinforcements will stop being produced. And so I failed in doing that, but I'm getting free shots on these opponents, on the opponent's enemies, as well as his reinforcements. So That's pretty good. And so never give up. Always keep trying. And so I keep producing some more units, of course. More and more units, and I go in for the flag. Because if there's one thing you have to keep doing, is to keep probing those enemy units so they keep getting weaker and weaker. And as this flag is captured, a little celebration happens, as no more reinforcements here. The flag just leveled down to 0. These hammers, they're not going to be produced anymore. And so yeah, that's a pretty nice deal. And so these units have no trouble in finishing off perhaps the last wave of enemy reinforcements. Okay, and so my Hawks have been on a kill spree, just sending some damage on here. And then these 4 Jaguars are doing some pretty good damage. I know, I basically said lots of damage in this video. I think I said over 100 words of just saying damage. Well, anyways, yeah, these units are doing some damage. Anyways, we just have to capture this flag once again to prevent from enemy reinforcements spawning into the battle. And whoa, would you look at this? Enemy Vikings. I ate Vikings. But wait, what? 60% of the Vikings' health is gone by 2 Hawks. Wow. Really? What a weak Viking. Wow. That is the weakest Viking I have ever seen. Usually it takes 8 Hawks to take down a Viking, but apparently this guy never upgraded them. I'm just confused as to why you would go for a naval composition if your units aren't upgraded, because I just think it's suicide to make units that aren't worthy of fighting. Well, anyways, I have some units in the middle. I basically have these two unit production flags, not unit production, allied reinforcement backup flags, rather. And I also send in a small army to take down the assault over here, and to capture this flag. Although capturing this flag won't do you anything, because even if this flag is owned by the Confederation, I can still capture these containers. But anyways, I just like the color of red on these flags. And so yeah, let's just win this. Let's speed it up a little bit more. Wow. My naval platform is extremely weak. Like it's literally so weak that 5 deltas can probably kill it. That's how weak it is. Yeah. That's probably an overstatement. It'll probably lose to even less deltas, to be honest. Well, anyways, we got some more epic action. Yeah, let's fast forward it a little bit so we can get to the action. Okay, so at this point, my opponent has lost all hope. I captured all the flags. I basically countered his weak Vikings. I basically defended against his weak attacks on the flags. And so, yeah. Let's just see the allied reinforcements killing the enemy and giving me my victory. A well-deserved victory too, because wow, I used quite a few gold boosts. I really didn't need to use these gold boosts, but yeah, you have to use boosts wherever you can, right? I know not all people can use the boosts, but in a tournament where it's vitally important to win, I would say using boosts is the most important. And so yeah, good game. We won it. Yeah. Good game.